Whether you're a new homesteader or a veteran homesteader, using a chainsaw and cutting wood is probably pretty high on your priority list. Whether you're cutting it for heating purposes or you're using it for cooking or simply clearing land, having a chainsaw and knowing how to maintain it are paramount. Now, today I'm going to do a video about 3 essential chainsaw tools that everybody should have in their toolkit. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you a 4th one that you want and you didn't even know existed. Hey everybody, welcome back to Grandpa Acres. Well, it's a chilly and sunny Saturday morning, and I just got done cutting and processing and hauling and stacking 3 cords of wood. Well, actually, I got another half a cord left to stack before I get 3 cords. But needless to say, I've been using the chainsaw a lot. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about some tools that will help you maintain your chainsaw and make it work more efficiently. And I've got 3 of them today that I want to show you. Now, before we get into this, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd really like you to come along this journey towards a life done free with us. We talk about homesteading and prepping and all kinds of topics that are related. All right, now let's talk about these 3 tools. Actually, these 3 tools, they all do the same thing, but they do it in a little bit different manner, and they fill a different niche in using a chainsaw. And what they are is they are chainsaw sharpeners. And I've got 3 of them here. I've got 1 manual and 2 electric, and I want to show them to you. So let's look at the first one. So the first one is a manual chainsaw file, and all it is, it's a file with a little gauge on it. Let's see if I can get in there. Now you can see there's different angles on there, and the little lines. Those are index lines that help you figure out what angle and how to hold the file to cut it. And then the guide just lets you get it right up next to the chain and sharpen the teeth. Now, the reason why we want to keep our chain sharp is well, it makes the saw cut better and it makes it more efficient. And it's going to get dull, just as you're doing wood in general, or, you may accidentally hit the dirt and that dulls up a chain really quick. See, and you'll know whenever the chain gets dull because the cuttings will start getting smaller and smaller. And if you let it go long enough, all you're doing is creating sawdust. I mean, it can be really terrible. So we want to be able to sharpen our chains because we don't want to have to take them to somebody else. We don't have to rely on somebody else to sharpen our chains for us because it takes time. It takes money to drive up there, and it can be a pain in the behind. And being able to do it on the homestead just makes it so much easier. So this one is one that I kept in a bag or in a bag on the four-wheeler whenever I'd go cutting wood. That way, whenever I was right there next to the tree, if the chain started getting dull, I could pull this out and I could spend 5 minutes sharpening it and get back to work. And and it takes a little bit. It's a skill you got to master. So you need to get one of these. And even if you're not going to use it on a regular basis, and you're going to use these other 2 tools that I'm going to show you, this is a good one to have because what happens if you don't have an electricity? Okay, so this video, I'm not going to teach you how to sharpen a chain. I'm just going to show you the tools to use it. If you want to learn how to sharpen a chain, there are people out there that do a much better job at it than I do. I think Darren from Hacks for the Homesteader has one. And if he doesn't, go over there and check out his channel and write him to make one for you. Because he does a really good job on sharpening chains. In fact, he's the one that turned me on to this next tool. I knew they existed, but I never got one till I saw him using one. And that is this little attachment for your Dremel tool. It's just this little attachment right here that fits over the chuck. It's got 2 index lines that shows you 30 degrees, and it's got a sharpening bit, and it's got several other bits with different sanding grades on it, so you can get a really good sharp edge on your chain. But this one is dead simple. It's easy to install. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and it is electric. So you can either use this up by the house, or if you've got an inverter in your vehicle, you're taking your pickup truck down into the woods with you to cut and haul it, you just plug this into the inverter. You can use it right there on the site, just like the manual one. But this one takes about 2 minutes to sharpen a chain really, really nicely. You find the index link on your chain and you sharpen one direction, then you turn it around and sharpen the other direction, because the teeth on the chain are offset, so they're like that. So you have to go one way, and then you have to go the other way to sharpen the ones facing the opposite direction. But it's a really good tool to have. It's super quick and super easy to use. Now the third one is another electric, and that is a bench mounted chainsaw sharpener. Now this one is what is this one? This one is a Chicago Electric. I got this one from Harbor Freight. I think this one ended up costing me about $30, but you can do the angle and the pitch on this, and you can sharpen any chain whatsoever. I like this one because you can get a really good sharpening on a chain. Now that's meant to be mounted on a bench, and mine's not mounted on a bench because I don't have a workshop anymore. I used to have one, and I keep 3 or 4 chains on hand for each chainsaw. That way I've got a sharp one on, and then I can sharpen the other ones and have them ready to go. And that way I don't really need to sharpen them out in the field if I don't want to. I just take extra chains and change the chains out, and then come back in from doing my work and sharpen them in the workroom. You know, so it's dead simple. Like I said, though, all 3 of these perform the same function, but they perform in a little bit different manner, and they allow you a lot of flexibility in maintaining your chainsaw and keeping a sharp chain. And I think it's essential, and I'll put links for each one of them down in the description below if you want to go see them. I mean, they range from anywhere from $6 to $7 up to $30 or $40. You can get, if you don't want to use Harbor Freight. I mean, this one it's a Chinese one, but you know, it's one of the tools from Harbor Freight. This one here that I'm showing you, it's one of the tools from Harbor Freight that's actually worth the money. That one is done really well for me, and it works really well. I think I got the Dremel bit off of Amazon, and then like I bought the manual one at the local hardware store. But they're easy to get. Now I'm going to show you this 4th tool. This one's really cool, and it's actually used for when you're cutting wood. I'm going to show you this. This is cool. Check this out. Boom. This is the tool that will save you all kinds of hassles. Now, if you have a wood fireplace or wood stove, what is the most irritating thing about having people help you cut wood? It's the fact that you end up with a whole bunch of wood that are different lengths, and everybody measures their wood differently. What this is a little magnetic bar that literally goes onto your chainsaw blade and acts as a guide for marking how long the wood should be cut. Basically, you make a cut in the wood, then you go down and you put this little washer where that cut is, and then you cut the next one, and you just go down the log, and you can use it on either side of your chainsaw. And it makes it so easy to cut wood that's the same length. Now, this one is a 20-incher, and you can get them in different sizes. I got this one from Darren at Hacks from the Homesteader. He actually sells these things. Now, and I'm going to be honest with you. You can make one of these yourselves. But here's a question for you. How much is your time worth? And is spending money to have somebody else who's a homesteader like you worth spending money? And I can't remember how much this one is. You'll have to go over to his website. I'll put a link down below so you can go over there and contact him and bug him about it. But how much is your time worth to have somebody put something together like this for you? And to me, having Darren make this for me was well worth the money I spent, as far as I'm concerned. And the cool thing is he's got different lengths. So this is a 20-incher because our stove is 24 inches deep. So I wanted 20-inch logs. Now, if you've got a smaller one, you can have them made smaller and stuff. You get them custom made to whatever size you want. I would go buy one from Darren because you're helping out a fellow homesteader, and he gets you good quality. And you can see I've been using this one. It's a little nicked up around the edge because, you know, you'll knock it and it'll accidentally hit the chain and everything, but it hasn't hurt the chainsaw one bit, and this thing is just still going strong. The magnet is great. So if you're looking for something to help you make the same size logs every single time, this one is it. This is the tool that you want. Well, that's about it for the video. I hope it was informative, and I hope it gave you some ideas about what you can use to help maintain your chainsaws and make them more effective and make the chains last longer. As I said, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Let YouTube know you like this type of content and you want to see more of it. Click that notification bell or notification button if you want to know whenever more content comes out. And more importantly, probably the most important thing I can ask you to do today is go out and live a lifetime free. All right, take care. Thanks, Milo.